This morning, two former Idaho journalists have launched the first ever Latino-focused news internship program in the Gem State. It's in an effort to increase representation in local newsrooms. And joining us today, we have one of the co-founders and former Idaho journalist, Nicole Foy. Thank you so much for joining us today, Nicole.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Well, let's go ahead and dive right in. Well, tell us a little bit more about Voces internship of Idaho.
Well, it's an internship that's focused on making sure that we're getting more Latino students into our Idaho newsrooms. Some of the best journalism is done by people who know their communities well. And right now there's significant swaths of the Gem State that don't see themselves represented in local news media because we don't have as many Latinos in newsrooms as we have in our state. So we're really focused on making sure that we're getting students in who can tell their stories, the stories of their communities, and also get paid for it, because sometimes that's the hardest thing. I think that's something you and I both know well, is getting that first opportunity to get into a newsroom and learn if this is the kind of job you want to do.
Yeah. Well, when the news first broke out, which was last Friday, I mean, just the support on social media was just amazing. I mean, we've even saw some radio stations being so grateful, or being so open to helping out with this project. So are there any other partnerships? Where's the money coming from?
Yeah, well, and part of that is because we have put together a great team of folks on an advisory council pulled from current journalists in Idaho who are also Latino, as well as just community leaders who are really focused on making sure that we're seeing this representation in Idaho media. And on top of that, we're working with the Idaho Press Club. So that means we are going to be able to hopefully place a student in a newsroom in almost anywhere where there's a TV station or a radio station or a newspaper, if they're open to it. So hopefully get some really talented kids helping out newsrooms around the state.
Yeah, and I mean, you've already talked about this a little bit before, but why is this so important to have here, specifically here in Idaho?
Well, because we hear from local newsrooms, Jimena and I have heard this for several years when we worked here, now that we don't even work in Idaho anymore, that they really want to hire Latino journalists who speak Spanish, who know their communities, who are kind of bringing a different perspective that they may not have in their newsrooms. We hear that they want to hire them, but they just can't find them, or they can't retain the ones who do. And at the same time, we're talking to talented future journalists who love Idaho, want to stay in their home state, have all of these skills and talents that they may not see in their newsroom, and they can't find a paid opportunity. And so they end up leaving the state, and Idaho ends up losing that talent. And so that's kind of one of the reasons that we have this internship program, is to kind of step into the gap and connect students to newsrooms who want to hire them, or who at least would love to have their help for the summer, and to pay them to learn how to do their jobs, and as well as give them mentorship, because that's some of the most important things, is making sure they have mentorship to see if this is the right path for them.
Yeah, and I really wish I had this opportunity growing up. I mean, it just seems so amazing to help the students here in Idaho. So for those who are interested in donating, where can they go?
They can go to vocesinternship.com. That's a great place to start. We are not only urging people to help us donate so that we can crowdfund these internships, but also we need students to apply. So if you are a journalism student in college, or even if you're just interested in journalism, go to that same website, vocesinternship.com, and apply and see if there's maybe a newsroom where you can bring your talents.
Well, thank you so much, Nicole. This is such a wonderful opportunity for Idaho students, Latinos in particular. So thank you again for joining us today. We'll have all this information on our website at ktvb.com. We'll be right back after this quick break. Stay with us.